Hey, what's going on, guys? Sombra here, and y'all, my boy Obstagoon has got a calm day. I mean, technically it's Galarian Zigzagoon with the calm day, but this is truly a win for Obstagoon. You guys don't know how much I legitimately love this Pokemon. Like, normal Zigzagoon, don't care for it. Kinda meh. Don't love it, don't hate it, it's just meh. But the Galarian form, mwah! Chef's kiss, beautiful. Love the monochrome color scheme with the little pop of color for the eyes and tongue. Love the spiked fur, the very obvious kiss-inspired look. Fell in love with the design the moment I saw it in the Sword and Shield promos. And then Obstagoon was announced, and guys, I love him. Never has a Pokemon moved so quickly up my favorites list before Obstagoon showed up. Fido is probably another one that's gonna jump to the top of the favorites list, but for completely different reasons. Usually I don't care for the Pokemon that evolve to stand on two legs. I usually consider that a downgrade. Like, I love Litten and Torracat's designs. Incineroar absolutely ruins the whole line for me. I get it, I totally get the inspiration, absolutely cannot stand the design. It doesn't make sense to me that it went to two legs. Same with stuff like Tepig and Fennekin, and I think it's because they take on too much of a human look for me, but Obstagoon has that feral look in its posture that just works. It's kind of like a huge werebadger with a pronounced, almost hyena-like neck and the hunched-over anatomy. It's a good blend between animal and human, but mostly the design is just S tier for me. It's so good. So yeah, I absolutely love the Galarian Zigzagoon line, especially Obstagoon, 4 times weakness to fighting and all. And I was psyched when this community day was announced. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. Everyone else just wants stuff like Dino and Gibble, and for sure I turn up for those days too. But you know how it is when it's one of your favorite Pokemon. Everyone's got a favorite that's not really like popular or the best battler, but you just love it just because. Granted, Obstagoon is pretty solid in GBL. I'm kind of using it right now in Summer Cup, and it did help get me to expert rank, so there's that. And I really want to test out Obstruct. Maybe I'll record some matches. Who knows? I've said it before, but I'm not really all that great of a battler, so I don't know who wants to see me lose a bunch, but hey, maybe someone out there wants to see someone struggle. But that's besides the point. The point, I think, is that Obstagoon is dope. And probably an unpopular opinion, the shiny's gorgeous. For me, a good shiny doesn't necessarily mean it has the best color scheme or whatever. Good shinies complement the design. They don't have to be bold and stand out as much as Galarian Zigzagoon does, but I do think that bold shinies tend to be better than something like, say, Garchomp or Gengar. That's a rant for a whole other day though. But it does help that I legitimately love the color of Galarian Ziggy's shiny. The hot pink markings accented with the electric blue for the eyes and tongue is stunning. It's so eye-catching in a good way for me. So much so that this is my first actual shiny hunt in Sword and Shield. I mean, I still haven't gotten it, but I'm determined. I do, however, have 3 shinies already walking into Community Day, 2 of which are already evolved into Obstagoon, and the 3rd is from GoFest with the hat, so it magically can't evolve because it's wearing a hat. Whatever. At this point, I'm just seeing if I can get a good IV shiny and if I could get some solid IVs for GBL. Right now, I'm just using hatched or research Obstagoons, so I know the IVs aren't the best, but they get the job done. But for now, that's enough rambling about the game itself. Now, on to the art. I started sketching this at work, so that's why there's no sketch progress aside from the cleanup work. And I'd forgotten to bring anything other than the small notebook I keep in my purse with me, so sketching on lined paper it was. Not what I usually like doing, but it is what it is. The sketch got done, so it's all good. If I was being more meticulous about this, I probably would have used better references and made it look more like a little raccoon, but I wasn't about that. Being meticulous about my art is what gives me problems to begin with. I get a little too perfectionist about everything I make or want to make and usually end up making very little because of it, which is a bit of a habit I'm trying to break out of by breaking down everything I want to make into small doable chunks over a few days. Like, all this footage is condensed into what'll be about 6 minutes or so, but it took about 30 to 40 minutes each day for about 5 days. Used to be able to sit down and draw something out for 4 hours straight, but I'm lucky if I can stand to do that for about half an hour now. I actually do have an Obstagoon painting I need to finish too, but that's going to take considerably longer. I just need to draw him more often since he's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I rarely get around to drawing all my favorites. I don't know. I know I haven't been drawing as often lately, but I should at least doodle all my favorite Pokemon at some point. And recently, I've been playing around with these preset airbrushes, and honestly, I've been digging the results. I still need to mess around with it more to get more comfortable with those brushes and how I want to use them, but I think I'll be working like this for a while. And as for the event itself, well, I did not expect to walk out with as many XL candies as I did. Gotta say, that took me a little off guard, and the shinies were certainly aplenty. Didn't get a hundo, at least not of Obstagoon. But I got its exact opposite, which is honestly just as good. I'm a sucker for 0% Mon, so it's another addition to my lovely 0% crew. But I caught a few decent PvPIVs, so I'll definitely mess around with Obstruct soon. I'm hoping that the footage I did record was good enough, though, as once again my phone's storage issues strike again, but whatever. I got some clips, so it's not like I'm working with nothing. At some point I'll figure this out a little better, who knows. The more comfortable I get with this whole recording and editing process, the better I'll get, and the more I'll be able to figure out what to do or not do to fix things when they mess up. But for now, I'll leave this here. I still don't really have a schedule for videos, and I'm not even sure what I want to make next. I'm just creating as I go along for now. So if you like this video or my art, please leave a like or comment. It would mean a lot and I'd really appreciate it. Until next time.